Hey y'all. Happy Sunday. Loving this beautiful weather behind me, right? So yeah, there's no housewives tonight, no Jersey to review. So I was just like, why not just come on live just to kiki with y'all and maybe just have a theme of the evening. So I just thought, let's just keep it in the housewives realm so we could talk about it since, housewives is something that I could talk about ad nauseum. Like it's one of three things I could talk about ad nauseum. It's 90s stuff, Sailor Moon, and Housewives. So yeah. The name of this video is the top 10 most disappointing housewives. Now, I went over this list. I chose 10 across all the franchises except for OC and Dallas. I didn't watch those shows. I'm sorry. But I have the majority of them. So yeah. Before we get into it though, I see this. I see the shade right now. Y'all gonna call me Craig now? Really? It be your own people. It be your own people. Shout out to Dr. Heavenly though, and her Alzheimer's. Well, her early onset Alzheimer's. Thank you, Andrea, for being my mod. Please make sure y'all come in and like the video. It helps a lot. I'm still an underdog, a baby YouTuber. I've only been in this for like what? 4 years now. I'm 4 years old. Help a ninja out. Like the video. Comment if you know you have opinions or something. Respectfully. And subscribe, most importantly. And then, if you want to put a tip in my jar, here is my Cash App. It is $CDiggy1. Or there's Venmo, which is Chris, about to say Craig, Lord have mercy. Chris-Diggins. So yeah, let's talk about like the topic at hand, like disappointing housewives, not worse housewife franchises. I mean, not worse housewives. I would say it's a housewife that you had like high hopes for, like you thought she was gonna kill it, and it don't have to be a one season wonder to be a most disappointing housewife. It could be a housewife that started off great, but then, fell off really hard. So yeah, that's what went into my list. Again, I do not want to offend anybody. This is just my opinion. Mine and my own. It's my opinion. Anyway, before we get into it though, thank you, Andrea. Great topic. And I want to do a special thank you to my friend Carlos for hooking me up with the thumbnail because I was trying to think of something to put up. But yes, before we get into it, I just want to give y'all a few seconds to see if y'all can guess who is a part of the top 10 on my list. Because we might agree. We might all agree on this. I think most of us can agree on this list. So there's 41 of you in the chat. So I just want to see a few names. I'm not going to put it up there. Once I saw the pictures of the most disappointing housewives, we see each other. Yeah, I thought so. But again, there's some people on here that, people might feel a way about. Some good guesses so far. Also, let me know if y'all hear the AC behind me. I could turn it off. It's fine. It's just, it's lukewarm out here in New York City, tonight. Now, see, Lauren Mellencamp. Now, I wouldn't put her in the disappointment category. I would put her in the worst housewives. Like, disappointment means, like, we were all rooting for you. How dare you? Like, that type of housewife. So not Mellencamp, not Carlton, the one, the British one who hated Kyle and wanted to, like, it was a whole witchy poo thing with her. Not the chick Jules from New York who put the silverware in the calzone. Not her. Okay, we see some names. Oh wow, Monique Samuels. Okay, all right. Well, here's the thing. So when I got my list, I put up 10 of the housewives, but I was wondering, should I make it a top 10 to make it more interesting, or should I just do it in no particular order? Now, you know me, like I love a challenge, so I decided to do a top 10. Now, again, y'all might disagree with me, but also y'all let me know after the video, like put in the chat, who are your most disappointing housewives across all franchises? Also, for the people that watch OC in the chat, can you let me know of some disappointing housewives from OC? Because I just didn't watch it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm watching now. I'm watching now. And hello to everyone coming into the chat on this Sunday. Y'all can be on anybody's live, but y'all are on mine, and y'all know I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Whew, let me hydrate right quick, lubricate. Okay, so Tamra, Alexis. Okay, some good guesses. So we have 63 people in the chat. I guess we can start. Because y'all have some good guesses. I feel like we're all on the same wavelength tonight. Why am I talking like that? Anyway. Okay, so at number 10, we have Neka from Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, I really wanted it to work out for Neka, and then we have another beautiful dark-skinned woman on the cast, another Nigerian. Because you think, okay, well, maybe she'll get along with Wendy. We all thought wrong, and I think she came in she came in too hard on like the whole Wendy beef. Like it consumed her to the point where we didn't get to know her. And I had high hopes for her. I really did. And I also thought that maybe she deserved another chance. But y'all, the fans that were just like, chop, get rid of the bitch, get rid of her. Like y'all were like cutthroat. Yeah, like y'all were like flop, flop, flop. And I just feel bad. But the thing is, it did disappoint me how her whole run came and she became a one and done housewife. Like it's a growing number. Let me see. At least a scholar brought the fashions and a look. Glad she's gone. Not you saying the whole entire cast of Roni reboot. Boo. I like them. She was horrible. Didn't see it for since. Didn't see it for Neck. But who are you talking about? You talking about Neka or are you talking about Giselle? Because they call Giselle Neck too. Not today, Neck. But yeah, I'm trying to think, did she have any redeeming moments on Housewives of Potomac? And it's hard for me to think of one. Yeah. And she tried to hold it into the very end that she was fired, but it was a disappointment. I mean, she wasn't even worth pouring out liquor for. Pour out some water, some ice water for Neka. Too bad. So sad. So that's number 10 for me. I guess she was boring. Damn. Okay. So at number 9, we have Jenny Nguyen from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Now, in the beginning, I was like, okay, they wanted to add some more minorities to the cast because ain't nothing but white women in Utah. Let's just be honest. So I was like, okay, she has a great family. Like the daughter was so cute. Like she was more interesting than Jenny. But then, she got into it with Mary. And I was like, finally, someone's not scared to go toe to toe with Mary. And then we find out, we go on her Facebook, and she is a Trump supporter. I was just like, oh my God. And not just a Trump supporter, racist vibes of a Trump supporter, even though Trump supporters are anonymous with or synonymous, I'm sorry, are synonymous with racists. But yeah, I was flabbergasted by what I saw on her Facebook page. Like you couldn't even like defend that. And look, it was a wrap for her. Did this come out before they filmed the reunion? I think they did because they definitely would have held her accountable at the reunion. Oh, y'all not y'all saying Jenny who. It's for the people that watch Salt Lake City. She came in season 3, I believe. Was it season 3, y'all? Was it Jen's last season or was it season 2? Shit, that was a long time ago. I think it was season 2 because didn't Jen Shaw get arrested season 3? And then season 4 is when Jen Shaw, like she wasn't there. Damn. Okay, so we don't know her. We don't know her. Well, I'm glad you remember her, Melissa. Her daughter was a cackle. But yeah, I was rooting for her at first, but then it was F to B once I saw those posts, especially her mocking police brutality against Black people. Yes, it was the Asian woman. And it just always burns me how other minorities can be racist. And I definitely like clocked that moving here in New York. Because, you know, I lived in Louisiana, and then Atlanta, Georgia, like, majority Black populated places. So when I moved to New York, it's like, no, the racism is coming from other minorities too, not just white people. Like when I first moved here, it was hard to get a cab. You have Indian guys being racist against you. Like, and then don't get me started on the white gays. Child. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. That's for Chris's business. But yeah, I was very disappointed in Jenny, and it was deuces to her. Like, F off, trick. Yes, and she was coming for Mary, and it's just like, okay, so it's a little more deep-seated while you coming at Mary. It's not just, you standing up to her. And, I had to be on try not to curse too much, y'all. I had to be on Mary's side, Mary Cosby. And speaking of Salt Lake City, we're supposed to get the trailer finally tomorrow. I'll be looking out for that. And I'm sure, if you didn't see Pop Rose, we were talking about The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives or something like that. It looks good. I think it's supposed to be on Hulu. I think Hulu, not Netflix. I think it was Hulu. Anywho, let me see what y'all talking about. Whiteness is the standard for a lot of racial minorities, even within their own ethnicities. Preach. We should have kept her to drag her for one more season. Nah, she needed to get the hell on. Remember how she had that random Black friend in her explanation/apology? She did. Oh my God. It was cringe. It really was cringe. Oh, okay, so let's get on to the countdown. So we are at number 8. So number 8 is a little bit more recent, and it is Annemarie Wiley from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yeah, she was definitely a flop. I was excited for her at first, like another Black girl on Beverly Hills, but then to come to find out that low-key maybe she was a Republican, and then the transphobic comments that they definitely edited out for her sake. They were protecting her, I think. And then the husband and the allegations on that. And then her sticking to the esophagus. Like, you picked the wrong team, girl. Like, you're supposed to go in and just be your fabulous self. Instead, you came in like sounding like an annoying ass Mickey Mouse. Oh, okay. Hi, guys. Sutton. We're going to talk about her esophagus. We're going to talk about that. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything at all. Oh, God. I think I'm glad. I'm glad she's gone. Like, definitely the wrong team. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, I enjoyed that impression. She was loud and wrong. But the thing is, it's the cardinal sin for a new housewife coming in. Do not like do not come for a wife that didn't come for you and you're just trying to like hop on to somebody else's beef. Because that's just an automatic like dislike from the fans. And just be yourself. Like, we've had a lot of great MVPs, like newbies. I guess I would call them good rookies of the year. Like, Dorinda came in hard her first season. Erica Jane, like, excuse me, they were in the Hall of Fame. I'm trying to think of another a good rookie that came in swinging. Like, hell, I'll even give it to Monica. Like, she stirred up some shit. Who else? Trying to think of somebody. I mean, Kenya Moore. You know, like, so it's possible to knock it out the park. But yeah, I think coming for the fan favorite is always a mistake. I mean, look at Claudia Jordan, how she came for Nene. Like, nobody liked that. Like, why would you come for the top dog? You know? Oh, you think Annemarie should have been an honorable mention? No, because they were adding another housewife of color, and I met her before her season on Bravo. I mean, her season on the show. Like, I think because she was at BravoCon first. Now, if she came to BravoCon after Beverly Hills, it would have been a wrap for her. But nobody really knew about her. I don't know. Could she not know that her season was bad? Because the way she was coming in at BravoCon, like, she was a motor mouth. Like, she was talking a lot. You would have thought she had like a good impression on the show. Nope, not at all. And look, she came in, I think, episode 8. That was another thing. Like, I guess they added her late, which was the fault of the production, not her. But I did have high hopes for her. I really did. Um, I had driven Annemarie out my mind, the impression. Yeah, I had to dig deep for that. I totally forgot I used to impersonate her voice. I just got here and watching from the beginning at 2 times. I hope Dr. Wendy is on here. Well, you're going to be disappointed. I think I only have one Potomac person on my list for most disappointing housewife. Dorit came in swinging. Like, I love to hate her. Like, she came in like a white Kenya. I was just like, ooh, I don't like her. But, she's still a little fabulous, though. And then she went around with Vanderpump. But then, she was under Kyle's thumb and she turned into a minion real quick. Hopefully, they lit a fire under Dorit ass. So hopefully we get that Dorit coming back. Because it's better for them to love to hate you than to like just straight up hate you. Let's see. We got 110 people in the chat. Thank you. If you are just coming in, we are at number 8 for my most disappointing housewives. So I guess we can move on to number 7. We're going to get to Leah McSweeney, who had a dynamic first season. Like, Leah was my girl when she first came in. Like, she woke those old, I was about to say these old white hoes, but she woke those old hoes up, with the mess. I really enjoyed her. But then along came season 13. By the way, sorry, Lord, somebody on my floor is cooking something that is nasty. And then when they cook something nasty, I could smell it through the vents. So I'm trying to ignore it, but it don't smell good. Oh my God. Oh, sorry, y'all. Like, I'm just like, it smelled like old white beans or something. Oh, anyway, I'm going to try to power through this. Anyway, along came season 13, and Leah, like, I think she said she couldn't drink anymore. I mean, she was already a little bit of a hot mess, but it just seemed like something was off with her. And then she just became like a sourpuss. Like we saw her transform into one. Yeah, I'm glad y'all agree with me on that. And also, like in the beginning, I was like, okay, like she's befriending Eboni or whatever. But then later on, like once the fans hated the season, she sold Eboni out. And I was just like, that's kind of like foul what she did. So then they brought her back for Ultimate Girls Trip, and this was her time to redeem herself. Like maybe she could have been added on the new Roni, but wow, she was a stick in the mud. Like, I just did not like her anymore. Excuse me. She turned into like a young Karen almost. I was so disappointed. Like we were all rooting for you. You she started out so good. Like she used to be a fan favorite. Yep. Insufferable. Insufferable. And she turned into yep. Yup, yup, yup. Wendy Williams reference. Um, yeah, and then with the whole Sue and Bravo thing and Andy Cohen, it's just like, um, it's just too late. I just really didn't have any sympathy for her because I feel like you gave them all that to work with. Like they didn't put a drink in your hand. They didn't force you to drink. And the whole cast is saying they didn't force you to stay when your grandmother was dying. So, yeah, I put her on my list because I just think that she had such potential, even to come back in the reboot, but she screwed herself. She really did. So I see a lot of y'all are putting in like who y'all think would be on y'all's list for most disappointing. But so far, I feel like y'all are agreeing with me. We're at number 7 right now. Uh, Chris Ray says, I like that Heather went for her ass. I did too, because she deserved it. She really did. And then let's not talk about her friendship with Candace. I wonder if that friendship is still a thing. Probably not. Like, I just don't trust her. So, for the people that's just getting in, I'm doing top 10 disappointing housewives. This is where we are so far. Number 10 is Neka. Number 9, Jenny Wynn from Salt Lake City. Number 8, Annemarie Wiley from Beverly Hills. Number 7, Leah McSweeney. And now my number 6. I know a lot of people are going to say something about this. Don't attack me. This is just my opinion, y'all. So we're going to stay in New York, and we're on season 13. And unfortunately, at number 6 for me is Eboni K. Williams. I had such high hopes for like the first Black woman on Roni. Like she was supposed to change this whole season around. And while I say that half of it had to do with production and why did they shoehorn her in New York in the first place? Because I feel like low key, high key, like the other chick, the other Black woman that they brought in was a better fit than Eboni. Because I just feel like Eboni came in too serious. I feel she came in with an agenda too much instead of just having fun and being herself. And I was just like, oh, we're going to go to Harlem. We're going to Uptown because Ebony's on the show. I'm glad some of y'all agree with me. But yeah, thank you, MJ. They should have switched Eboni with Bershawn. Bershawn was a good fit for the group. And I think if they came in with Bershawn, because I think she was a little bit more age appropriate too. Like she wasn't like too like old, I mean too younger than them. But yeah, I just feel like she was a better fit than Eboni because Bershawn came in to have fun. And low key, I think, I'm not sure if she was a Republican or not. But look, I feel bad that Eboni is on the list, but I'm just calling a spade a spade. So then here's a few things that disappointed me because I had like the highest hopes for Eboni to do well on the show. So when they were in Harlem, I think I was living in Harlem at the time. I'm not sure, but wait, was this 2020 or 2021? If it was 2021, I was living here. But before 2020, I was just, I was excited, like they were going to Harlem, and she turned it into like a history lesson. Like I was like, do they have pamphlets on the table? Like I was like, you're not taking them to like the real like culture or whatever, like the food and stuff like that, because Harlem is its own borough sometimes, So I was really disappointed by that. I thought we were gonna have fun. Yeah, so that's what I saw. Like she wanted to lecture them. And I'm like, I appreciate her trying to like, instill this to these women, but it's not her job to do that. Like, let them do the work. And if they say something offensive, check them. But even with that, thank you for bringing up, somebody said the Black Shabbat. Like, this was a time where she should have laid into Ramona. She should have kicked her ass out that party. Like, I was so uncomfortable watching that, y'all. Like, I think I only watched that episode once because I was taken aback. Like, how Ramona showed her entire ass. And then I was like, Eboni, put a stop to this, please. So it was just, I don't know. I think Eboni would have did so well if they would have just waited for the Roni reboot. Like, it just sucks. Like, I really think she would have did well on that installment. And then now that she, sued the network, which I guess, with Ramona, now her and Ramona are off the network. So she's definitely not going to be back. But, Eboni is still thriving in her own way. Congratulations, on her baby being pregnant. Did she have the baby yet? I don't think she had it yet. I don't know. But I still like her, but I'm just saying, like, you can still like somebody and just say, they were a disappointment on the show. Like, I feel like I'm being fair, y'all. Let me know. If you disagree with me, also let me know. But yeah, I had high hopes for Eboni. That's why I put her above Leah. But yeah, I really wanted Eboni to work. But then I do think it's not fair to put, why we have a reboot in the first place on her. Because it was a lot of things. Like, they just should have never shoehorned someone in that arena. I really do. So on this list, again, the guidelines for my list is they can be either a one and done housewife, or they can be, a housewife that started out great, but, they took an L or they disappointed me in the end. What else? I lost my train of thought because there's so much sound going around. They have to be a housewife too. We can't do friends of, or else Cherie Zampino would have been on the list too. Will Smith ex. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, I mean, she was pro-black, but there was a lot of other things, like working at Fox and then, with the white man or whatever. I'm not about to get into that. I'm just saying her performance as a housewife. Again, I like Eboni. I really do. It's just with Housewives, I feel like it was 50-50. Like 50% it was on production, and then 50% she came in with like an agenda, being like, I'm going to school these women instead of just having fun and being messy. Like, just be messy, Anywho, let's see. What are y'all talking about? Housewives was not the right environment for Eboni. Oh, I think I told Andy that she would have been a good fit if they did a reboot of Blood, Sweat, and Heels. Like she would have definitely did well on that. Ooh, I remember that. Brashawn and Sonia was going at it like that. Eboni is a conservative. She just felt the need to teach the white women. Well, we're in the top 5 now, y'all. So, number 5, we have Brandi Glanville. So, before Erica Jane shook up Beverly Hills, it was Brandi Glanville. Like, she came in as the underdog, and they bullied her just because she wasn't on that level with the other ladies. But she turned into a fan favorite real quickly because she got Kyle together. She was on the winning team. Like she was with Vanderpump or whatever. And then sooner or later, like, you know, Brandi started getting a little bit wilder and out of pocket. She turned against the fan favorite at the time. She was still the fan favorite, Lisa Vanderpump. Like, it was at a time where Lisa Vanderpump was untouchable at one point. But yeah, she went against Vanderpump, and then there was the slap. What else? And then, like, I think outside of it, like, she just had a big mouth, and she got sued by the housewife of Miami. She was talking about her vajayjay smelled like fish. She actually got sued for that. And then, you know, I thought that, you know, when they brought in, what was it? The Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. I think it was Ultimate Girls Trip 2 where they brought her in. That was like her redemption to the point where she used to kind of guest appear on Beverly Hills, but still stir up shit. And then there was the fact that sometimes you just really couldn't tell if Brandi was telling the truth or not. Let me see if y'all agree with me on Brandi. Brandi was and is vile. Not at one point. At one point, she wasn't vile. But yeah, Brandi was such a wild card. She kept her foot on Kyle's neck. That's why we loved her. Like, she put her hands on Kyle. She like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Oh, man. She really, like, came in really well. Like, I used to love Brandi. Oh, I forgot how racist she was to the one and done housewife. I think her name was Joyce. And she was like, oh, you're black. You can't swim because you're black. That's the point when it really took a turn for me with Brandi. I forgot to mention that. That was when it really turned the tide on her, where I was just like, okay, bitch gotta go. She gotta go. Because that was wild. Like, she literally bullied that girl, called her hoisey or whatever. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And then it's just how she went out. Like, she was so wild to the point where she was like groping Caroline Manzo, allegedly touching on her, doing the whole lesbian thing. And it's like, sexual harassment is sexual harassment is sexual harassment. It is what it is. You touch somebody who said no, you violated someone's personal space, and you got to deal with the consequences. It's just like, you know, just like with Kenya, like, I paralleled them. Like, production is like egging you on to do stuff, and you're just trying to do something more, like, more and more wilder, to the point where you cross the line. And now Bravo was like, oh, no. We're going to deal with her, and just left them out in the cold to fend for themselves. So it really sucks how she went out. And I think it's like for the past year, she has been going through hell. They haven't even showed her season, and she looks a mess. And she's trying to blame it on the show, but I'm like, girl, like, the show didn't make your cheeks go like this, like one up here and then one down there. And then, like, I'm like, no, that's that work you've been, you know, putting on your face. That's what it was. Bad surgery. Like, she needs to go on botched. Yep. Mean the Joyce. Now, I haven't heard about this. I may need some receipts for that. That may be allegedly. You're saying it's her karma? Eddie Cibrian messed that lady up. She never got over him cheating on her. Nope, never did. Mm-mm-mm. And she was pretty. Like Brandi used to be fine back in the day, but she just kept messing with her face. Like, Lord, you slap her, like her cheek is gonna go by her earlobe. But yeah, like Brandi went out sad. It's just really, really sad. Like I think the way she went out is like I would say top three in Housewives history. Like she used to be like so good. Yeah, she also did Denise dirty too. Yep, sold her ass out. And Denise, she was disappointing, but she's an honorable mention. If I had to extend it to top 15, then yeah, I believe I probably would have put Denise on the list. I probably would have put Kenya on the list too as like number 15 because there's no way a housewife like Kenya Moore, legendary housewife, is going out like that over a floozy at that. Allegedly, I haven't seen the girl. It's just she looks like one. Anyway, um, let's get to number 4. Number 4 is Kim Fields. Now, I know a lot of y'all was putting that in the chat, but yes, Kim Fields is so high up. She's in my top 5 because we all thought we were going to get Regine from Living Single, but it really dawned on us by the middle of the season, Regine is just the character that she played. Like, she was so boring. Like, she didn't want to be fun. And then she waited until the reunion to really pop off. And then I'm just like, girl, why are you letting Kenya bully you like that? Like, stand your ground or something. Like, read her. But no, like, Kim feels like she was above the mess. And I'm just like, was she aware what she signed up for? Was she aware? I don't think she was aware. Kim was ready for retirement. But the thing is, I'm glad she's bounced back because she took a major L on that show. And then I didn't even appreciate how they were treating her, especially Kenya. I will never forget how Kenya treated Kim Fields on that show. She was so jealous of her, so jealous. Excuse me. And then the way they were calling her husband gay, I didn't like that either. I didn't like that at all. Yeah, Kim just wasn't prepared at all. I'm not sure if she had any pointers or whatever. They tried to get her to read Kenya like she was on the right team, but they couldn't save her. They could not. Yes, I see your comment. I need to get in the RHOC one of these days. One of these days when I got the time and the resources to commit to that, seeing season 4 and on. Because I don't doubt you that OC was good. But the thing is, it just wasn't my taste at the time. Oh, don't be mean. He did look sus. I mean, I don't know. It just made me uncomfortable the way they were trying to call him gay. Right, and Kenya has some nerve. Like Mark and his nose ring and then his lips that he talked like, oh, Kenya, I didn't really appreciate how Andy was talking about her. Like, now she ain't making any money right now. Did I watch Roni Legacy? I did, but like Alex said, it came and went like a fart. Like nobody was talking about it. Like it had no social media engagement. Maybe like the first few episodes, but then people just stopped caring. Like I don't even think I finished it. Like I think I saw like the first 6 episodes. Like I feel like they shot their goo by the 4th episode. Afterward, I was just like, my F's were few. No, she didn't divorce him. I think she's still with him. Can we do a quick Google search? I can't look it up, but is Kim Fields still with her husband? Oh my God, yes. She came in with no storyline and that hair. Lord have mercy. She looked like it was like if Miss Frizzle got electrocuted. That's what it looked like. And then those fashions, Lord, those fashions. Like we really thought we were going to get Regine, and we were sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. Mm-mm-mm. So if you're just coming in the chat, we have 160 people. Thank you, Andrea, for getting my likes up. Please like the video. Please subscribe and also comment. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me so far? Who would be on your list of most disappointing housewives? So we're going to, for the people that are just entering the chat, we're going to go back to number 10 because we're now into our top 3. At number 10, we have Neka from Potomac. Number 9 is Jenny Nguyen from Salt Lake City. Number 8 is Annemarie from Beverly Hills. Number 7, Leah from New York. Eboni, number 6 from New York. Number 5, Brandi Glanville from Beverly Hills. Kim Fields at number 4 from Atlanta. So now, number 3. Number 3 is Marlo Hampton. Now, Marlo is high on my list because I think that, we all at some point was like, you know what? Marlo's been on here for so long. It's almost like been a decade. Give the girl a peach. Like, give her a try. And drop the ball. Like, Marlo, the way that Marlo could get under Candy's skin so easily was a skill. And I enjoyed Marlo in season 4. I was loving to hate her, and she was just necessary. Like, she really stirred the turd, like Alex would say. But yeah, like, she finally got her peach, and, she just didn't deliver. Like, everything just felt so contrived with her. Like, her starting with Kenya, like, it just got old really fast. And she's really fabulous. I've met Marlo in person. I want to say twice. Like, she came in my restaurant when I used to work at Zoom. I waited on her. And then I saw her at BravoCon. But yeah, I was just really disappointed because I'm like, maybe she should have just stayed a friend of. Like, we don't need to see, like, her house with that handicap chair that goes up the rails, which we still haven't gotten an explanation for. Maybe she just needed to be fabulous. We didn't need to hear about her home life and those nephews that she rented to be in her house. Because I just wasn't buying it, Her tongue got in the way. You think it was producer's fault? She was a great friend of. I think she's one of the best friend ofs of all time. Of all time. One of the best. Like, she would be in my top 5 of greatest friends of on Housewives. But she's in my top 3 of most disappointing housewives. Marlo should have known better as a longtime friend. I think they warned Marlo not to provoke Candy so she couldn't be the Marlo that had Nene running. Marlo and Brandi are the same person. I can kind of see that. Friends to nobody, but they work for the check. Yep. The plotline kids. The plotline kids. I mean, she did rent those nephews. Tanya is number 2. Well, Tanya wasn't a housewife, but, friends of, I really enjoyed Tanya. Candy, are you a lesbian? Yes, like, Marlo has had so many good moments. Like, I remember how she read Kim and Sheree. You know what? That's a good point too. Once she had a peach, Roll was already in a downward spiral. Like maybe they could have gave her a peach when Nene had one. I don't know. But yeah, I think they let her be a housewife for 2 years, right? 2 years? And then, fired. So yeah, we're in the top two now. Anybody wants to guess what's top two for me? Who's number two? We only got two left. Oh yes, they drained me. At least she has catchphrases. All right, so anybody want to guess what's my number two in the chat? So for Crystal to be on this list, that means I had expectations, like great expectations for her. I never had great expectations for Crystal. Excuse me, for Crystal. Sheree, nope. Robin, I feel like Robin was necessary. Like her role was necessary for a minute on Potomac. Like maybe she can make the worst housewives of all time, but not disappointing. Because I didn't have expectations. Courtney was a friend of. She wasn't a housewife. But somebody got it right. Ding, 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 ding. So at number two, we have Jackie Goldschneider from The Real Housewives of New Jersey. I mean, not only was she demoted to friend, but this past season that just ended, I think she took like the biggest L across all franchises. Like just L after L after L. I'm just like, damn. Like she started off so great. Like smart woman, lawyer. She had the coin low key. Like low key, I think she was like the richest among all the women. Like she thought she was better than them because hey, maybe she was. But yeah, I used to love how Jackie would put Teresa in her place. Like she was just like she was formidable because she was smart because Teresa isn't. But for her to like join like Teresa, she got on the wrong team, backstabbed Margaret, sold her friend out. Like I feel like Margaret and Melissa, like they cared way more about her than Teresa. And Teresa used her pretty much. And her dumbass is still under her. Like, girl, you went out as a minion and you're fired in the first place. Like, so disappointed. Everyone enjoyed how she stood up to Teresa, and got called to see you next Tuesday at least 10 times. Like she really like got under Teresa's skin. It's just like, what happened? Where did we go wrong, Jackie? So disappointed. So disappointed. Jackie took everything people liked about her and she ruined it to be close to Teresa. Just pathetic. Those are the words I would describe for her. Pathetic. Just went out sad. And Margaret got her ass. She was like, oh, you trying to throw me under the bus, bitch? I'm going to throw you under the bus because I got the screenshots. And what Margaret did, like, put two bombs on her, dropped two atomic bombs on her in real time. And what the funny thing is, Jackie didn't see it coming both times. Both times she didn't see it coming. Like, just a major L. So just sad. Like, just went out like a sucker, a chump. Alex says, never liked Jackie, but I still had secondhand embarrassment watching her simp for a check. Exactly. Like Danielle came in, took her spot. She was jealous of her. And it's just like, you did it to yourself. Like you went out sad. So sad. Nah, can't beat them, join them. Like she already had like her squad. Like all she like just picking the wrong team. Such desperation. You know what? I don't even think it was um like I feel like she'll be fine without the show, but she really wanted to be on the show as like it did a number on her ego being demoted to friend. And I think that's where it started, where it's just like, oh, she wants to get back on the show. So why don't I align myself with the star? That means, oh, if I wrote myself to her, maybe I'm going to stay on. Just like how I guess Jennifer had the same thought. Like, oh, if I wrote myself on to Teresa, um, I'll stay on the show. Like, Jennifer used to be that girl. Like, they had her on the far end of the couch. And even though I love Margaret and Melissa at the time, like she handled all three of them from her side of the couch. And that's why I was just like, oh, she's one to watch. But then once she got all buddy buddy with Teresa, I was just like, ugh, here we go. Jackie, typical Karen behavior, do nothing to be with the cool team or do anything to be with the cool team. Oh, and yes, you subpoenaed the wrong bitch. Definitely. Like the way she went out on the finale / series finale, like it looked like she shit herself. She was walking like she shit her diaper in that moment. Because God forbid, like, Teresa's mad at her. Because that's all it takes. Because Dolores don't F with her. Jennifer don't F with her. Like, they're only tolerating her presence because Teresa is. So it just really disappointed me to no end. Like, Jackie was almost number one on my list, but there's one more person who was the biggest disappointment. And I guess that's a good segue. Let's get to my number one. So I'll give y'all a little bit of time, but I don't think y'all gonna get the number one. It's an obscure one. I'm gonna see if y'all gonna get it. I'm gonna give y'all some time. No one respects Jackie after this season. Margaret is the MVP, absolutely, of last season. The MVP. Drew. No, I didn't have high expectations for Drew. Charisse. No. Charisse, I would put in the category of Deshaun Snow. Like, she was just there. Renna. Nope. LVP or Jen Shaw. Nope. Mary Cosby? Hell no. I never liked Mary Cosby, even before the 7-Eleven comment. Mary. My voice is like almost shot. I don't see how people can talk for 2 hours. I really don't on here. After like an hour and 30 minutes, cut the cameras. Dead ass. Now, y'all know I love Monique too much to put her on that list. Oh, somebody guessed it. Somebody guessed it in the chat. I'm going to highlight you. Ayana J, she got it. Number one is Diana Jenkins. And I'm just like, is that whole last name really Jenkins? And I was looking on Wikipedia, and it's not her real last name. Anyway, biggest disappointment on Beverly Hills and Beverly Hills history. Like, she was fabulous. Like, before we knew that she was like a racist, like a bigot, a numbskull, an idiot. Before we knew all that, she was fabulous. She had coin. She had so much coin. Like, you had Kyle Richards like sucking up to her. Like, normally the girls suck up to Kyle. Kyle was sucking up to her. Like, you thought that she would be on the winning team, but nope. Like, the absolute worst. And then with the whole Garcelle's son situation, like, there was no remorse for that. I totally believe she was behind it. And then she went after like a black content creator. Like, I remember that. Like she was saying like dark or something. Like you knew what she was saying. I can't say the B word too much, but she irked me so much. Like she revealed herself, I think, mid-season, and also to the point she didn't even show up to the reunion. Coward ass. Oh, I could not stand her. Like it was to the point where I just called her racist Diana. Racist Diana. Oh, I remember that too. She married an Al Reynolds. And the lip licking. Who can forget that? It was so like odd and awkward. And yeah, when she left, good riddance. I want to curse so bad, y'all, but I can't. I just really she could have been a bad bitch on that show. Like she had like as much money like in the Sudden realm, it felt like. And yeah, like just squandered it because she was an asshole. She, most importantly, the way she handled like Garcelle's son situation, I totally believe she did the bots. Allegedly, it's just my opinion. But yeah, I hope it's not like, anticlimactic, but yeah, that's my number one on the list because like she had the most like it's hard to get like the girls with real coin on Beverly Hills or on a Housewives show, like period. So I just thought, oh, okay, she's going to be a good fit, and nope. A lot of y'all think she's behind the bots too. Oh, she was definitely jealous of Garcelle, definitely. But yeah, racist Diana can kick rocks. Yep. So that is my list, y'all. That is my top 10. Another honorable mention, I will give it to Bethany Frankel. Her face looks like an ankle, and she's causing havoc already. I mean, to Bravo. I feel like she's a Republican undercover, and yeah, she really went out sad. Really went out sad. Did this whole crusade against Bravo, and I just think she's the biggest hypocrite. I really do. But yeah, that would be my top honorable mention is Bethany Frankel. Oh, you started late? Well, yeah, get into it, please. If you just coming in the chat, I just did my top 10 most disappointing housewives. My voice is kind of shot today because I just did 2 episodes of Blood, Sweat, and Heels for my Patreon. So yeah, I've been talking for like it feels like 4 hours straight, and I need some more water too. Shit. But I hope y'all are having a great Sunday. I think I'm going to end it on an hour exactly. So I'm just going to end this with what I have coming up. So this week, I'm going to try to do another live because, we don't have Jersey. But basketball-wise, of course, a live review of Housewives of Dubai. And for the Patreon, we have a lot of fun stuff because I haven't forgot about y'all. So what's coming up on the Patreon, I have Chris After Dark, which, we do. It's basically like my version of Candy Coated Nights where we talk about, a lot of X-rated conversation. So I decided to do a Q&A, and no question is off limits. So I'm going to be answering everything. And it's going to be a good kiki. I can't wait for it. I'm at 14 very salacious questions. I mean, damn. Asking me, have I been to a sex club before? I'm like, okay, all right. I will give that story if y'all want it. So that's on my Patreon. That's going to be coming up. I also have the 2 episodes of Blood, Sweat, and Heels, season 2. And then I'm going to do Pop Roast Extra with Alex, where you guys get to ask questions. And we have like a very, very unfiltered conversation with reads. So yeah, I gotta have that multiple streams of income, y'all. So my Patreon, it's $4 a month. I think it's a steal. It's patreon.com/cdiggy1. Anywho, yes, I did the impression. Thank you. I'm on Instagram, cdiggy1 with the cuff it video. Absolutely, I'm doing Roni when it comes out. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the live. I'm going to do more of these now since it's a little bit of it's been a dry summer, y'all. And look, when I tell y'all that my YouTube revenue has slashed because of it, like I'm trying here, and then I'm working too. So, I'm working hard behind the scenes, y'all. And hopefully, like, I get to, do another collab soon. Like, I was talking to Make It Make Sense, and hopefully we could do something. Hopefully he invites me on the channel. I would love to collab. But yeah, y'all, I'm going to head out. I'm going to relax. I'm going to get to doing some editing. With that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all